Well, up to about age 55, untreated, undiagnosed ADD. When I was a kid, of course, they didn't know. I had no clue, what it was or anything. So when you screwed up, you just got blamed for it, And it didn't stop, and you weren't able to stop it. You didn't know why, and you were told you were just, kind of a bad person. When I was 8 years old, I just decided that was true. I internalized it because there was no place else to turn. There's no other explanation. Later on in life, there's all kinds of daily humiliations. When I was in college, in my 40s, 10 minutes till class time, I start getting ready. 10 minutes till time to go to class. I start getting ready because I know, it might take longer, just from experience. Start looking for a pen. Can't find one. Now I'm late for class. I still can't find one. And I really particularly don't like being late for class because it's kind of hard to assimilate the lecture to begin with, but coming in the middle of it makes it twice as hard, especially when you're taking genetics or something like that. When I moved out of that apartment, I found 36 pens, and they were all in places you would probably look, like behind couch cushions, underneath things and stuff, in the backs of drawers. And I still to this day cannot figure out, why I couldn't find a pen. And that, of course, that happened more than once. And there's other kinds of things like you go to the grocery store. Like my record is 4 times in one day. I went to the grocery store, forgetting things and stuff. And there's, a trail of people you leave behind, hurt people, because you grow up. Like when I was a kid, I made that decision. I internalized it, and the feeling of self-worth just goes down the tubes. It's gone. But you don't realize it, and you don't realize that you think you can't hurt anybody because you think nobody cares what you think about anything, or cares about you or anything. And so you hurt people. I hurt a lot of people. I was working on a biology degree. I ran out of money, but I had straight A's. My last 4 classes I took, this is after treatment. Last 5 classes I took were chemistry 2, animal physiology, cell biology, neurobiology, immunobiology. My grades were B plus and 4 A's. I took genetics, untreated. I got a D minus. And the only reason I got a D minus was because the teacher made a grading mistake on my test, a couple of them. And he corrected it by passing me for the course instead of correcting mistakes on the test. I don't know why to this day. I guess he didn't want to be complained. He didn't want anybody complaining, about the mistakes or whatever. But I really, even with if he had corrected it normally, I think I would have had like a 50% grade for the class. It's sheer luck that I passed it, but that's before treatment. So, if you have any of these symptoms, you can't concentrate. Things don't, like before I got treated, things were like fragments of a broken mirror. They didn't really relate to each other that well. And they weren't really organized like contents in a book or like a picture, like a tree structure where everything relates to everything else. That just didn't exist for me. It's just a tragedy of a little boy, making that decision that he was a bad person. That's a tragedy. And I don't want to see that happen to anybody else. Anybody happen to see that?